Hi, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Talking Dental Innovation. My name is Justin. I want to welcome my customers in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. So, for today's topic, we'll talk about cabinetry. Mainly the difference between dental made cabinets or dental purpose cabinets made by a dental manufacturer compared to locally made cabinets. During the past few years, I've been having many conversations when we're building a new clinic or we're renovating a clinic or adding another op about cabinetry. So I always have the question, should I go locally made with a local carpenter, or should I go with a dental company that's making cabinetry like MCC, like ADEC, etc. So to start off with, I think it's an interesting question because the whole purpose of when starting a clinic, the first thing that comes to mind is, well, I need storage. I need storage for my things, for my supplies in the dental op. And I think this is where the misconception brings to mind is if you look at a locally made kitchen, yeah, you're looking for storage. Right now, we're comparing dental cabinetry with the locally made cabinetry, which is, locally made cabinets are, they might look and they might, have the distinguishing factors of a dental made cabinetry. They might look like it, but it's basically the same construction as as kitchen cabinetry. So what we're going to talk about today is really differentiating between what is a dental made cabinet. Why is it more expensive? Because it is 100%. It is way more expensive than a locally made cabinet. But there's a good reason for that. Basically, because it's not just storage. That's, obviously the main aspect of it is to store your supplies, but it offers incredibly a lot more features than the locally made cabinet. So we'll go through today of the differences of why, what are the reasons why you're going to pay maybe, 20% more or 50 or even more, percent more than a locally made cabinet to go with dental. So we're going to go through some different benefits, and then we're going to talk about with pictures of basically what you're getting, what the value is. So to start off with, a dental made cabinet, it's not a cabinet. We're going to get that very, very clear. It is a toolbox. It's not a cabinet. Cabinet is made to store, and that's it. When you're acquiring, when you're installing a dental made unit, it is a toolbox. It doesn't just store. It offers everything in terms of ergonomics, in terms of a flexibility for equipment. There's so many things that we'll talk about that gives you the benefit of using a dental made cabinet. Okay. So number one is the quality of the fabrication. Not saying that your local carpenter is not high quality. I'm sure they are. The difference is the materials that they're using is a lot different. Okay. When you're using, so let's say today we'll use ADEC as an example. Just their board, their particle board is 4 times denser when they build their cabinets. Okay. So what that means for you is basically everything that will be attached to those cabinets will be a lot stronger. They won't sag. The doors will stay solid for a very long time. The alignments are very high end. So the boards are a lot stronger for steam resistant as well. If there's any type of flooding, it doesn't say that it won't affect the board, but there's a chance that it might save it. So the boards are a lot stronger, a lot thicker, so you're going to get a much better quality boards. Plus, besides the boards, just in terms of the finishing, in terms of the screws, in terms of everything, you're going to get a much better quality. With that, and the construction of it, the way they're manufacturing everything, it's all CAD/CAM, which means that it's computer aided design, computer aided milling. It's not made by hand. These are high end machinery. I've seen these. They're the size of big trucks. They are so precise. Everything fits so well together to make sure that your cabinets are going to last, for a very, very, very long time. But not just last, but look good for a very, very, very long time. Okay. So in terms of designs with materials, usually, with a locally made cabinet, you're going to have a beautifully cabinet. You're going to have some nice, some nice finishes, just like a kitchen cabinet. There's a lot of options for that. What they don't offer, or most of them don't, is the flexibility of integrating glass or composite or different types of shelves, of swivel shelves, steel, leather. There's so many different materials that they've been, the let's say ADEC has been using for such a long time that we know it works, and it works, very well, not just aesthetically, but it's gonna perform as well. Okay. Um, Again, I could talk about different platforms. So you have the flexibility of integrating different platforms. So as most of you've seen, you have some beautiful back cabinetry with these swivel tables to be ergonomically sound for the assistant to place the current material or the instruments that you'd be using for that specific case. It's at the right height, it's at the right length. So these are all different things that you can add to a dental made cabinet that it will help you out. So like I said, it's not just cabinetry, it's a toolbox, and it has to work ergonomically. These cabinets have been designed for decades of study. Every single inch, every single aspect is studied to make sure that ergonomically it works in your practice. It's not just a cabinet that looks good, it's something that you can actually work with, right? You have to make sure that ergonomically this works really well with the way that you're going to be treating your patient. And like I said, everything from a swivel table to a drawer that comes out to even specific drawers that are going to pop up from the side. So I encourage greatly to find a solution where if you're going from a treatment, let's say you're doing a class 2 or class 1 to a root canal in quickly in a situation, you don't have to run out of the room and grab another kit to do that treatment. Everything will be at your fingertips to make sure that it's ergonomically sound. And the dental made cabinet does offer those things. Color options. There's so many things that you can do with a dental made cabinet that, again, it's been proven that the colors have been tested. They've been proven in terms of chemical resistance, in terms of steam, in terms of just wear and tear. Everything is there in terms of color choices, not just for the cabinetry itself, but the countertops. There's a vast a range of colors available. So equipment integration, this is a very, very important one. When you're looking at a dental cabinet, like I said, it's not just for storage. You want to have it as a toolbox. So when you're integrating equipment, it could be a Cavitron, it could be, let's say, a delivery for the doctor or for the assistant that's rear mounted. You want a table, a swivel tabletop. You want to have different outlets here and there inside that counter to plug in different equipment. We're going more and more in a digital aspect, and a lot of these tools and equipment that are going to be available to you need power. They need to be plug into somewhere. And these beautiful cabinets now, they offer all those integration possibilities. Okay. If you look at dimension as well, everything could be very, very custom made, but they all have been thought of before. The size of a cabinetry is not, it's not just, okay, well, this is kind of like what I'm, going to shoot for. I have this much space and I'm going to fill up the whole space, right? No, when you're working with a dental professional, a dental cabinet professional, you are going to be consulted to make sure that everything in terms of design and space will be considered to make sure that it's not just cabinets everywhere. It's really, really sound in terms of design and ergonomics. The base as well of the cabinetry. So let's say the frame, a regular made local cabinet is probably just going to be made out of wood. The entire thing made out of wood and particle board. When you look at a dental made cabinetry, let's say with ADEC, the base, the frame is actually made out of steel. So if something happens that there's water that's going to be flowing, let's say there's a flood in the clinic, everything that holds the cabinet up is steel. The frame, if you're looking at a middle cabinet, like a cabinet that divides two ops, it's very, very tall, and you can have integration in terms of x-rays and lights and other things in that cabinet. A regular wood cabinet that's maybe 30, well, not 36, maybe 24 inches wide would not be strong enough to hold all that heavy equipment. But with a steel cabinet that's actually bolted down to the floor, will, hold on that equipment. So it's very, very important to consider that aspect as well. In terms of back cabinetry, rear mount cabinets, it can actually double as a wall. So instead of building a wall and having your cabinet there and losing space, these cabinetries with all these the back design and the back doors for replenish your supplies, they're all there. They're all made to work with the size the place that you have the space in your office. So which means that you're not going to be stuck of limiting yourself with missing out on a few inches in your office. So you can double as a wall. So the biggest thing as well is, again, we talked about is obviously the initial investment that you will incur when you are buying these cabinetry. You have to think about it as a long-term aspect, because when you're purchasing a dental made cabinets, yes, it's going to cost you more initially, but in terms of production and in terms of how you're going to be able to work with this cabinet, it's going to pay off pretty darn quick. And the biggest thing as well is these cabinets are made to last. They're made to last 20, 25 years, if not more. So you have to think about the long-term cost of your investment, not just the initial cost. So if you look at it that aspect, it makes sense 100%. Even if you're not considering anything else. One other aspect that I've discovered with a customer in the last year is I had a customer that had ADEC cabinetry that was approximately 10 years old, and it was for a stereo center, and they wanted to, the clinic grew, so they wanted to grow their stereo center. Every single cabinet has a number, like a VIN number, like a car, same thing, and they can trace for years back of what exactly that cabinet is composed of, how it's made, what are the details of the colors and everything. So we're able to retrofit on another side using the old cabinetry to retrofit different new pieces to make it work. So instead of that doctor carrying out all the other pieces of cabinetry installed over again, we just added different puzzles. So it's all little sections that can work together. So it worked out beautifully, and the doctor saved a lot of money and time. So this is something that is so important when you're investing in these cabinets, is you can make changes, and if there's anything that you want to add in the clinic later on, well, you can close or match or closely match the colors that you currently have in the clinic. Okay. Everything as well that's in the cabinetry, it's all medical grade products. So medical grade cables is a big thing. So everything that's going to be hooked on is going to work with your equipment, including all your access ports and all your areas that you can have your air, water, electric, and suction as well. Everything's going to fit in that cabinetry. Yeah, so those are the big things that the reason why you want to really consider seriously a dental made cabinet instead of a locally made cabinet. If you're looking for just a box to store things, and ergonomics and long term is not the most important thing for you, sure, a locally made cabinet is probably a very interesting option. But if you're looking at really utilizing your cabinet as a piece of equipment in your clinic, it's 100% worth every penny. Okay, and as well, one last thing: if you're looking to even move eventually, because all these pieces of equipment, all these cabinets are actually considered equipment. They're class 2 pieces of equipment, of the medical grade equipment. You can actually take those back with you. Otherwise, usually when you're in a location and you sell it, it's like curtains in a house. A lot of these cabinetries, they're bolted to the wall and they need to stay there. So when you're looking at pieces of equipment like this, even with tax purposes, you're deducting these pieces as equipment, not as let's say just building material in your clinic. So very important. So the other aspect I wanted to show you today is really look at a few pictures just to show you the differences of what you're going to get. share this. So this first picture here is a perfect example of talking about what is, considered a toolbox when you're looking at cabinetry. So everything here up in the upper cabinet, as you can see, this is pretty simple, right? I mean, it stores things, but if you're looking very closely, you'll notice the design, the foggy glass in the top and in the back, right? You notice up here you have equipment that is being supported by the cabinetry. Down here you have these beautiful swivel glass tables that are beautifully made with the integration of the outlets. You have different holes to put down cables in. Again, here all the different drawers are all made and designed to make sure that they can fit different aspects to be more ergonomic with different systems like the Zerk system that works really well with these different tubs. They're all color coded. Over here, when you're looking at the panels to remove, to go have access to everything that's under here, to service your water, your air, your electric, everything, it's super easy for your tech to work with these cabinetry. Of course, great place to put your computer, fits perfectly. Over here, you have your back delivery, your assistant delivery with a table. So everything can be very, very easily integrated inside that cabinet, not mentioning the screen as well. So this is a perfect example of very well made, very well designed cabinetry. And as well, it offers, a different design too. This is another one right here, different little design, but shows different colors that it can be integrated inside, different types of textures and different types of materials, right? You have wood, you have aluminum, you have glass, different things. If you want to integrate, different types of cabinetry, but still have the same look, this is a perfect example, right? You have your tall cabinet on the side to share with the other op. That includes your X-ray on one side that you can actually share, so you save there. Then you have as well all your areas to save or to place your gloves or other items. So this is a perfect example of how to integrate multiple aspects. Again, one little quick thing, just a beautiful sink. It's not much, but these are all little things that make a big difference in the look of your practice, and it works well. Steri Center, very, very easy to work in, and it's designed to make sure that the flow of your process, of your sterilization process, is sound. Right here, you're looking from left to right. Red is your dirty instruments. Don't leave them on the counter. If you're not processing them, you put them on. You're putting in your red side. Right. You're going through every single aspect in there. Every drawer is made to make sure that everything is part of your processing. Nothing is extra. Nothing is there to to slow down the procedure, right? Everything from your ultrasonic cleaner that's recessed in to make sure it's easier to get in and out. Your soaps, everything is here. You have everything in terms of foot controls to keep your hands free. Your drawers to wrap, everything is there. It's very, very easy. And then your sterilizer, your fans here, or your fans, your cutouts to make sure everything is being circulated well, and then your blue side with nice lights. Everything is really well organized and it's clean. Again, on the side of the drawer for the assistant, these swivel little drawers, they're beautifully made. They're very, very nice to use. Everything is so easy. The assistant won't even have to get out of her stool to acquire another kit for an emergency change of treatment. So like I said, everything is very, very at the tip of your fingers to make sure that ergonomically this works. Again, different types of cabinetry. You're looking to maybe save some space or having a different design. These cabinets, even if they're small wall mount, they can even be made to hold a very, sturdy and heavy light with a beautiful design that's integrated that will match with your other cabinets. Okay. This is a popular one that I've been, we've done a few in the last few years. One large back cabinet, plus maybe one small side cabinet or, side just gloves or extra storage cabinets on the side. Since we're having a larger cabinet there and everything's integrated inside the chair, minus the light, this is a very, very nice option to look at. And again, different types of colors to integrate. Again, other designs with the screens, swivel tables you can see here. That's very, very nice to have. Again, this is all made to be as ergonomic as possible. Beautiful, very simple cabinet, colors matching everywhere with a nice clean top. This is a great option as well. If you want something that's a little simpler, a little cleaner looking, this is a great option. So that's it. So again, I find that the conversation with these dental cabinets are very, very important to have, just to make sure that if you are deciding, either or, if you're going locally made or if you're going dental made, that you know exactly the benefits of each. Of course, the dental made product is going to be more money, but again, it's a long-term investment and it's going to be worth every penny on the long run. In terms of durability, in terms of design, in terms of aesthetics, ergonomics, like I've mentioned a million times, just the way they look, the way that they're going to be manufactured, the way they're going to hold together, the way that's going to be easy for their technician to work on, because every single panel can be removed and replaced. So let's say somebody bumps into one of your cabinetry, you just leave it there, you order a new panel, when it comes in, you unbolt it, and you bolted a new piece. So it's a very, very great investment to have. I know it's not obvious right away when you're looking at both items, but again, it's maybe it's not for you, but I find it's probably for most clinics to make sure that they are going to have the best solution inside their office to offer the best treatment possible. So thanks again for taking the time to meet with me today. Have a great summer. I'll have a few other videos coming along in the next few weeks. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message or on the video or an email. And I'm sure we'll be able to serve your needs and finding the best solutions for you. So thank you very much and have a great day. Thanks.